Watch ekran.
In today's lesson, we will be going over a few of the combat systems of the KA-50 Black Shark. If you are having trouble hearing me, please exit the mission and turn down the real-world and in-cockpit sounds. To help you focus on learning the combat systems of the KA-50 Black Shark, we will be performing these steps here at the range in hover mode, so you won't have to worry about flying the aircraft and hitting unfamiliar switches. The auto hover switch is located on the bottom left and back side of the cyclic. To activate the switch, press left Alt T on your keyboard. I have paused your aircraft so that you can set your controls to flight configuration so you don't crash. Activate your auto hover mode now and move your collective to about 75% or the normal operating position. You will notice the auto hover light on the overhead dash will illuminate, letting you know that the auto hover has been activated. When you are satisfied, press the spacebar to unpause the aircraft. Watch the climb descent indicator and move the collective as needed to get the needle as close to zero as possible. Wait a moment for the helicopter to stabilize, then press the spacebar to continue. Turn on the master arm switch located on the front panel to the left of the PUI. Turn on the laser located on the left panel PVR. All weapons have a minimum and maximum engagement range as well as a minimum and maximum altitude requirement for proper release. We will begin our engagement with the 9A4172 Vickers AT-16 laser-guided missile. It has a maximum engagement range of 8,000 meters and a minimum engagement range of 800 meters. Its maximum altitude while in a hover is 10 meters or 50 meters while in flight. These missiles are located on the outside hardpoints of our aircraft. You can hit F2 on your keyboard to switch to the outside view and view the pods, and then hit F1 to return to the cockpit view. Press the spacebar when you are ready to continue. To select the outside hardpoints that contain our missiles, we need to move the hat switch on the collective that I have highlighted to the left. You can do so by using the hat switch on your HOTAS controls or by pressing Y on the keyboard. The PUI will now indicate the number of missiles remaining and green weapon readiness lights. Press the ground moving target button on the PVR and the button will light up when on. Switch the desired burst length switch to the desired position depending on the need for your engagement. Long or medium will release 2 missiles in salvo and short will release 1 missile. Set the switch to short. Turn on the auto turn to target switch on the PVR. This will help point the nose of the aircraft toward your target. Turn on the helmet mounted sight on the PUI or H on your keyboard. You will notice a small blurry loop come down into the middle of your view with a yellow targeting reticle. Looks like the ground crew has set up our first target. Move the HMS targeting reticle over the target marked with red smoke. Press and hold the targeting button on your HOTAS or press and hold the O button on your keyboard. The reticle will flash briefly during processing. Release the button after the reticle has changed and is a solid 2 concentric circles with a cross. When the targeting button is pressed, the turn to target system becomes active and the aircraft will move toward the target. You should have noticed a small circle line of sight reticle on the HUD appear and center itself over your HMS target. Turn off the HMS by pressing H on your keyboard or the HMS switch on your HOTAS. Press the spacebar key when you are ready to continue. You can verify the HUD's line of sight with the Schwal first in widescreen mode or x7 view, then go to a narrow field of view x23. You can switch between the two by pressing the minus or the plus on your keyboard. Adjust the Schwal's line of sight over your target using the hat switch on your HOTAS, or you can use the keys on your keyboard. Change the box or gate size by pressing open bracket or close bracket keys on your keyboard or the switch on your HOTAS to the size of your target. Press the spacebar to continue when you are satisfied. Press the auto lock button on your HOTAS or the enter key on your keyboard. If you need to adjust the gate position or size, do so while holding the auto lock button and release it when you are satisfied with placement. The schwall will display a T and the top left 2 lines of a corner of a box while the button is depressed. When you release the key, you should notice the symbol will change to a TA, which means you are in auto tracking mode. On the HUD, it will display a TA and a backwards NA symbol. Press the spacebar to continue. Move the larger constraint circle over the target, and when a C symbol appears on the schwall, press and hold the fire button for 1 to 2 seconds or until the missile is released. When the missile is launched, you will see the HUD display change to a TA and a backwards NY symbol, which means the laser is activated as well as time to impact. Correct your gate position as necessary. You can hit F6 to focus the camera on your missile while it's in flight, and the camera will return to the cockpit when it has hit its target. The engagement is complete when the missile has hit its target and the timer has ended, or a large X appears on the HUD. The timer is the missile's estimated time to impact plus 6 seconds. Great shot! The ground crew have set up another target marked with red smoke. Take it out! Try out some rockets. The rockets we are carrying today are an 80mm S8 unguided rocket on our inner hardpoints. They have a maximum engagement range of 2,000 meters and a minimum engagement range of 1,000 meters. The minimum altitude is 30 meters and the maximum is 4,000 meters. Set the inside-outside switch on the collective to the inside by using the hat switch on your HOTAS or by pressing I on your keyboard. The PUI will then show the number of rockets remaining and green weapon readiness lights. Set the long, medium, short switch to the desired burst length for the engagement. Long will launch 10 rockets from each pod, or half your payload. Medium will launch 5 rockets from each pod, and short will launch 1 rocket from each pod. Leave this in the short position for now. Press the spacebar key to continue. While it is not recommended to launch rockets from a hover position because they are unguided and are more accurate while moving, for today's purposes, we will be fine in a hover. Activate the HMS and hold down the O key over the targets the ground crew has set up. Then deactivate the HMS and align the schwall over the target. Align the targeting reticle on the HUD over the schwall line of sight, and when the C symbol appears, press and hold the fire button. Keep at it until the target is destroyed or a big X appears on the HUD indicating the engagement is over. Now let's try out the wing-mounted cannon. On the PVI, set the long, medium, short burst length switch to the desired engagement setting. Long and medium fire 20 rounds and short fires 10 rounds. We will leave it in the short position for now. Set the high-low rate of fire selector switch. High fires 600 rounds per minute and low fires 300 rounds per minute. Set the selector switch to low. Set the HE-AP switch to the desired round type. HE is for high explosive and AP is for armor piercing. Set the switch to HE. The wing-mounted cannon has a maximum engagement range of 2,000 meters and a minimum engagement range of 200 meters. Its minimum flight altitude is 30 meters and its maximum is 5,000 meters. To select the cannon, press the C key on your keyboard and you should notice a large flap will come up from the back of the cyclic. The HUD will now display the slew limits or gate. Lock up the target like before using the Schval and the HMS. Maneuver the aircraft so the target is within the gate of the cannon, and when the C symbol is displayed, press and hold the trigger button while the burst is fired. Release the button and press and hold it again to fire a second burst. Great hit! Move the cannon rate of fire switch to the high position and take out another target. Great job! The engagement is done when a large X appears on the HUD or the target is destroyed. When you are done, press the reset button on the PVR or the backspace key on your keyboard and turn the master mode switch to the off position. This completes today's lesson. I have had the ground crew reset the training field with additional targets. Feel free to continue practicing with the weapon systems, or you may exit the mission at any time. If you wish to practice the weapon deployments while in flight, press Left Alt T on your keyboard to disengage the auto hover.